So this is connected to your account.
Kamal, yes, it is live on Facebook as well.
Okay. So, no, it is connected to your Facebook account.
That's correct.
Yes, yes. Okay. So we'll start. Let others join. Shall we?
Yes, I'm ready.
Yes, okay. Hello everyone, good evening to everyone. On behalf of Sona School of Management, I welcome you all to this webinar on the secret to attain best health, wealth, and anything you desire. And about the speaker today is Mr. V. Prasanna. He is the Joint Managing Director in Grand Palace Hotel and Spa Airport. He is the co-founder of WOW Hotels and Resorts. He is the Joint Managing Director in MSV Royal Enfield Salem and Principal Consultant, MSV Hospitality Consultants. Now over to the speaker now.
Thank you, Kamal. First and foremost, I would like to thank the Sona School of Management for inviting me over. It's really a privilege to be present here to discuss about the topic which I strongly believe in. First, let me tell you something about myself. My name is Prasanna, and I am a graduate in hotel management, and I belong to a business family which involves my father, brother, and mother. I'm 38 years of age, and I've been involved in business for the last 17 years. Our family owns and operates a hotel by the name Grand Palace Hotel and Spa, located at Yerkad. And I'm the co-founder of WOW Hotels and Resort, along with my brother, Mr. Aravindan. And we also, that company manages a resort by the name WOW Baisanuts at Yerkad. We also run an automobile dealership in Salem by the name MSV Royal Enfield. We do sales and service of Royal Enfield motorcycles. And we also run a company by the name MSV Hospitality Company, which offers hotel consulting solution to hotels and resorts across the country. Now, today I'm going to talk about the secret to attain best health, wealth, and anything you desire. Now, this is based on a book I read recently and found it to be very inspiring. So I'm going to give you the tools and techniques that the book recommends, with which we'll be able to attain anything we wish to have in life. So let's jumpstart the slide. Okay, but I would like to share something before I start the session. I'm going to explain certain basic principles that this book recommends for us to understand before I reveal the 3 simple principles that we should apply in life to achieve anything we ever wanted. So first, to start with the law. From the skies above to the pebble under your foot, everything is governed by law. We all know law of gravity. If a person jumps out of a 10-story building, he's going to come down straight. We all know this. This is called law of gravity. Now, there are a lot of such laws. One such law is called the law of attraction. Now, what is law of attraction? I'm going to tell you a small story. A man once went for a long walk and fortunately or unfortunately entered paradise. Lucky fellow, isn't he? So he walks into the paradise. And as he walks in, he finds a tree and it's very cool and breezy. So he wants to sit down and rest. He sits under the tree and falls asleep. And he wakes up after 2-3 hours. And then he realizes he's very hungry. So he thinks to himself, I wish I had some delicious food, which I really enjoy the most. And to his surprise, the food landed. And the fact is, he's sitting under the Kalpa Vriksha tree. Apparently, it is the wish-giving tree. I did search for the tree. I believe there are 6 trees left in the world. I'm yet to go explore that. Once I find the tree, I'll definitely share it with everybody. We'll come to that later. So food appears. So he eats the food. A hungry man never asks questions. So he happily ate the food. And after a bit, he realized he was hungry. So he wished for something delicious to drink. And the drink appeared. He gulped down the drink. Now he was very happy. The moment his hunger and thirst was satisfied, he started to wonder, how could this happen? there must be ghost around this place. And the ghost appeared. And he started fearing himself, saying that the ghost is going to torture him. And the ghost tortured him. And then he believed the ghost is going to kill me, and it killed him. He wished for food, food appeared. He wished for a drink, drink appeared. He wished for ghost, ghost appeared. He wished for torture, torture appeared. He wished for death, death appeared. Now, what do we understand? So, whatever your mind thinks happens. So, this is the law of attraction. Let's say you want to build a house which is worth 50 lakhs, but you have 50 rupees in your pocket. Now, what do you tell yourself? I cannot afford to build a house with 50 rupees in my pocket. Now, when you say I cannot afford to build a house, it is you telling yourself I cannot. That means I won't have this house. So you are making yourself believe that you will not be able to own and have this house. That's what the law of attraction explains. Now, this law of attraction has been in existence for centuries, and ancient cultures have applied it. Just that it was not very prominently available for everybody, but yes, people with great success and achievements have applied it, about which I'll be explaining in detail. Now, let's come to the reality of today. Now, your good day or bad day is the law of attraction in action. Now, let's say this can happen to anybody. One fine morning, you wake up and you realize you are late for the office because you woke up late. And when you wake up late and you realize you're late, you are in a hurry. And when you're in a hurry, you happen to skip your breakfast. And you skip the breakfast and you rush for the office and you're stuck in a traffic jam. And then when you're stuck in a traffic jam, you're really frustrated and you're really angry and upset with yourself. And then you land in office. When you land in office, you immediately confront your boss, and boss has something really upsetting to tell you. Now, something like this could have happened to many of you in your real life. Now, I'm going to tell you a very bitter truth. Did this thing was attracted by you to yourself? The answer is yes. You have attracted this. Now, how do I not attract bad things in my life? Must be the next question we all would be asking ourselves. Now, when you wake up in the morning, you wake up like how a successful person would. You will wake up like the celebrity that you wish to be. You will wake up and walk out to your window and look down and act like as though thousands of people are waiting there to say hi to you. Now your mindset should be of the person who you wish to be, not the person you are right now. So you have to program yourself and start believing yourself. So a good day, bad day, totally depends on you. Let's jump back to the slide. Okay, I'm really new to this, so bear with me if I'm a little slow with the Zoom technology. Okay, I think I've jumped. Okay, now I'm going to share. Sorry? No, I'm good. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to share the celebrities who have applied law of attraction in their real life. And one such person is Arnold Schwarzenegger. We all know him so well. He said, when I was very young, I visualized myself and having what I was and I wanted. Mentally, I never had any doubt about it. The mind is really so incredible. Before I won my first Mr. Universe title, I walked around the tournament like I owned it. The title was already mine. This man, from a young 18-year-old kid, he went on to become Mr. Olympia, Mr. Universe, actor, and the governor. Now imagine how he has transformed. We've always seen success people in one stream of life. Now this person has been successful in every place he went. Now he had applied the law of attraction. Steve Harvey, he says, like attracts like. You have to understand you are a magnet. What you are, that's what you draw to you. If you're negative, you're going to draw negativity. You're positive, you draw positivity. You're a kind person, most people are kind to you. If you see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. This is so true. And he applies it. Tony Robbins, the author, whatever you hold in your mind on a constant basis is exactly what you will experience in life, he says. Albert Einstein, imagination is everything. It is the preview of life coming attraction. This gentleman was really smart enough to apply it during his time, the law of attraction in everything he did. And we know what happened after that. Napoleon Hill, the author of a very famous book. I'm going to talk about this book before the end of the session. Two participants have raised their hand. Bear with me. If you have any queries, we will wait till the end of the session and I will respond back to you. Thank you. Man alone has the power to transform his thoughts into physical reality. Man alone can dream and make his dreams come true. Now, this is what Napoleon Hill said. And I can actually show the book he has written. I'm going to talk about it later. So yeah, Katy Perry, you all know her. She uses the vision board. It is another tool I'm going to talk about. She visualizes. She uses law of attraction. Lady Gaga uses law of attraction. The fame was always inside her. That's what she believes. And we see the reality. Jim Carrey, the power of visualization. This man was smart enough to use it in the beginning of his career. He wrote himself a $10 million check in the year 1992 and dated it to 1995 precisely, hoping to encash that money. And guess what? In 1995, his movie Dumb and Dumber, I guess, I'm sorry, not, fetched him a $10 million returns. And he saw it happen. He believed he's going to get $10 million and he got it. He shared that in an interview. Oprah Winfrey, we know how smartly she's evolved over the years. She applies law of attraction. Now, Will Smith, this statement, I personally love this statement. He says, in my mind, I've always been an A-list Hollywood superstar. Y'all just didn't know yet. Now imagine the mindset this boy as a young kid had. He believed he was an A-list Hollywood superstar. In his early days, anyone from his background would just not believe that he can make it into Hollywood. And he believed he was an A-lister and he ended up being one. And he still applies this rule in his life. Okay, now, how do I attract law of attraction? I mean, how do I make law of attraction work for me? Your thoughts are the signal which attracts the like signal. I'm stopping the slide here. Okay, now, thoughts turn into things. When Wright brothers wanted to fly, their father said, shut up and get back to other things, more productive. But they did see a flight. They believed something could fly up in the air like a bird, and it happened. When Graham Bell invented the telephone, he believed there could be a device that can be used to speak to a person who's far away. When Henry Ford, during his time, told people that I'm going to come up with a carriage which does not need horse. I mean, those days there was only horse-drawn carriages in the country where he belonged. People laughed at him, ridiculed him, but he believed, and Ford is found in every corner of the world today after a century. Edison, he believed he could invent, and he did. Now, all these people thought in their mind that they could do something. So that is how they are able to make things out of their thought. I'm jumping back to the slide. Okay, nothing in life is an autopilot mode. Nothing in life is an autopilot mode, yes. Now, what do I mean by saying this? Many times in life, we are just driven by whatever happens in our life. We get up, we get ready, we get to work. We just believe in whatever the government says. We believe in whatever our superior says. We believe in whatever our family says. We believe in whatever our friends says. I'm not saying believe. We basically go with life. Pretty much like how it's an autopilot. But if you really want to achieve whatever you want, you need to take control of your life. That's what this book says. So basically, you are in charge of your life. Now, you don't have to do some major big things. I'm going to tell you simple things which you can apply. Okay, this is the most funniest thing I read and I laughed to myself. It's not funny, but it's a real fact, and it baffled me. Now we get 60,000 thoughts per day, according to the research. Now imagine 60,000 thoughts in a span of 24 hours, where you tend to spend 8 hours or 7 hours sleeping. You're left with just 16 hours, and then you're thinking 60,000 thoughts. Now your only job is to make sure these are good thoughts. Now, what are good thoughts? What are bad thoughts? We'll see it in the next slide. Now, your only job is to keep it positive. Now, how to differentiate between a good thought and bad thought? This is what is the most interesting thing. Now, how do you differentiate between a good thought and bad thought? Is as simple as this. At any given point of time, whatever you're thinking, it can only be two things, good or bad. When it's good, I'll give you a few examples of good thoughts. Good thoughts are when you're happy, when you're grateful, when you're thrilled, when you're excited. These are happy thoughts. When you're sad, when you're guilty, when you're anxious, when you're frustrated, when you're angry, these are all bad thoughts. Now, how do I know whether the thought is bad or good? You could be thinking about your spouse or your boss. Now, they're all good people, let's believe. But how do you know if the thoughts about them are good or bad? At any given point of time, if your thoughts make you feel good, then it's a good thought. If you're feeling good right now watching me, it's a good thought in your head. If you're feeling bad watching me, and I believe you feel good, so you are having a good thought. So that is how you differentiate between a good thought and a bad thought. And what you think today, you become tomorrow, they say. Now, when Dr. Kamala Kannan from Sona reached out to me talking about the session, trust me, I'm not experienced in conducting webinars. I've not done anything like this. I did one last week, but I really didn't know how to put it across in front of a computer screen where I have to put on a headset and put the laptop. It was very challenging for me. But all I told myself was, yes, I'm going to do this because I really thought it's a very interesting thing I should share to people. So here I am doing it. I'll just jump back to the slide. It helps me stay focused on the presentation, so I don't miss out on some interesting tips. What do you think today, you become tomorrow? Right. Now, what you're doing today is a sum of thoughts you had in the past. Now, the cell phone you're holding in your hand and watching me was your thought someday. The chair you're sitting in today and listening to me was your thought someday. The car you're driving is a thought someday. Now the EMI you're paying is a thought someday. Someday you thought that I want to do this, and that has become a reality. Now imagine if your thoughts are positive. Imagine if your thoughts are in the right direction, which I will tell you how to bring it to the right direction. Imagine what you can bring to your tomorrow. Your tomorrow is going to be a beautiful tomorrow. That is how you'll have to program yourself, which I'll be talking about. And while you're listening to my session, many of you must be thinking to yourself, why? I am a very positive person. I have always believed in being positive. I'm sure 99% of you here could be positive. Maybe 1% could be thinking that I'm a little negative. So if you believe you're positive, it should be working for you, right? But certain times, law of attraction does not work. Even if you're positive, it doesn't come to you. I really wished to get a job. I really wished for this promotion. I really wished to start this business, but it didn't happen for me. What are you talking? Is the question must be coming in your head. Now, let me answer the question. Now, a father goes to a son and tells him, I hear from people that you're driving really fast. Don't meet with an accident. Now, father loves the son. He really cares for the son. He really wants the son to be safe. But what did he just say? He said, don't meet with an accident. Now, if he really wants his son to be safe, he should say, drive safe, drive cautiously. Now, see the two difference. He said, do not meet with an accident. He is drawing accident into the boy's mind and his mind. Now, that is what is a negative energy. Now, that is not something you should be drawing into you. You have to use positive words. There are two boys, okay? They go to before the exam, they go to the temple, they pray, God, please make sure I don't fail. Boy A. Boy B goes to the temple. God, make sure I pass. Now, the boy who wished, don't make me fail, would fail because he is drawing fail into his mind. This is what the author says. And I have applied it in my life and it works. And the boy who said, make sure I pass, clears the exam. So it's as simple as that. What you think and what you talk becomes. I've seen people talk in the phone. They'll be talking in the phone, and for every conversation which comes from the other side, they simply say, no problem, no problem. Now, don't say no problem. Say it's fine, it's good, it's right, I agree. You could just replace it with so many positive words. Don't say no problem. And many times people say, I don't want to be happy. No, I'm sorry, beg your pardon. I don't want to be unhappy. No, you don't say, I don't want to be unhappy. You say, I want to be happy. I want to be healthy. I want to own a Benz. Now, that's how you program your thoughts and mind. Okay. Now I'm going to talk about Aladdin. That's what I spoke in the small video that I released in social media. Now, Aladdin, when he was given the lamp, he was allowed to take only 3 wishes from the genie. Now, if you apply the law of attraction in your life, there is no limit to what you can attract into your life. There is abundance available, and there is so much for everybody. The universe is ready to give it to us. So you have to be positive. Now, that is the foundation, that is the baseline. So you start being positive, I think you're ready for the game. That is the basic thing. Now, let's go back to the topic straight. Okay. I'm going to divide it into 3 sections. Actually, I don't need this slide. I can talk about it. So skip the slide for now. Okay. So there are 3 things we have to remember. One is you have to first be clear in your mind what you want. You have to ask for what you want. Now, what do you want? You need a house, you need a car, you need a job, you need great health. You have to decide what you want. You have to list it down in a paper, pen, in your mind. But I recommend you listing down somewhere, or you keep it in your mind. The game is yours. You have to be clear about it. Now, in your mind, if you program this, I don't want debt, that is not right. You can't ask for no debt. You have to ask for, I want an increment in my salary. The reason you're asking for an increment in your salary is for you to clear the debt, but you don't focus on the debt, you focus on the salary. If you're a business professional, I want my business to go up by 30%, 40%, so that I can clear my debt. Now, see, the thought is different, but the result is same. So you get to clear the debt. And people who have applied this have benefited. And I'll give you another example. Okay, now the book says, whatever you wish for, it's like a catalog. You get a catalog, you see the products in the catalog, and you choose, I want this experience, I want this food, I want this house, I want this life. You can choose anything you want. And you have to be consciously, you should be able to believe it. Now people who have faith in a religion, faith in God, they go to Lord Shiva, they go to Jesus Christ and say, I need a house. I don't know how you're going to do it to me. I need a house. And their faith comes true. Now, how does this happen? Yes, God is a creator, but he's not going to get down to one of our little wishes and make it happen. He was created by people for us to have belief in something. So when you start believing in God, people with simple faith always get everything in life. It's very easy. The very intelligent ones, the ones who are really knowledgeable, are the ones who start questioning. Now, if tomorrow God appears in front of you, most of us will investigate if he's really the God. We don't just believe that he's God. So our intelligence is actually eating us up. So you need to ask, and I recommend first thing in the morning when you wake up. Rule number 1: when you ask the first thing in the morning when you wake up, wish for whatever you want. Close your eyes. Don't look at your mobile phone. Don't look at the newspaper. Don't speak to anybody. Just ask for what you want. It could be anything. I want to be an actor. I want to be a fighter. I want to be, I mean, your career, you choose. So wish for it. Okay. So that is the first step. And the second thing, first you ask. And the second thing is you have to believe. Now, what do you mean by believing? Now, let's say I want to buy a car. Now, if I've decided I want to buy a car, I should believe as though I have it, it's coming to me, and I own it. I should feel the steering in my hand. I should feel the accelerator in my legs. I should feel the fabric in my skin. Now that's how you believe. You don't doubt. And it's not our job to understand how. It is not our job. How is, leave it to the universe. It'll take care of it. Your job is you just need it. You need it. How is not our concern. Now, if someone walked up to any of you here and told you before 30 years, I'm sure there are people less than 30 years, but let's say 20 years ago, someone comes to you and say, there's going to be a gadget with which you'll be able to see a person who is living across a continent, and you'll be able to talk to them. You'll be able to speak to them. You'll be able to see them. You will laugh at them. Because the ones who asked how is it possible never discovered anything or invented anything. The ones who believed I'll come up with a technology where I'll be able to see someone sitting in San Francisco from Chennai is the one who discovered the mobile phone. So your job is just to believe in whatever you want. All the achievers in the history never knew how to do it. Wright brothers didn't know how to fly a aircraft, but they believed they'll be able to do it. And that's what you see here. The author quotes a lot of cases where cancer patients have cured cancer just by the belief system without chemotherapy. Of course, in 3 months, a lady who was diagnosed with breast cancer, and how she healed herself. Excuse me. And also, I'll quote an example. Many of you would have come across these kind of people who say, I can eat how much ever I want to, but I'll never put on weight. Now, do you really think it's possible? Whereas we eat half of what he does and we'll end up putting on weight in kilos. Now, how is this guy able to do that? Because his mind makes him believe that he is not going to go fat. His body adapts to that. His every cells and tissues adapt to that, and it makes it work. And also you will see a lot of people who are less smarter than you, less intelligent than you, who scored less grades than you, who studied with you, or you've seen in life, would be doing really successful in life. They wouldn't be half smart as you are. Many times we will come across such people. Now how are they able to do that? They believe that they can achieve something, and we smart people many times start wondering if it's possible. The day you stop thinking if it's possible and start thinking, I'll figure a way to do it, you will end up doing it. That's what the author says. Now, again, there is a very interesting topic he touches upon when it comes to relationships. Now, I want a very amicable relationship with my father or with my spouse or with my brother, where the relationship is strained. Now, how can I attract a good relationship into my life? Now, he says, stop looking at the negatives and the complaints about that person. He says, take down a notebook. You don't have to tell this to the person because your ego is going to get hurt. Okay, so you take down a notebook, write down things you appreciate about this person for 30 days. Only the things you appreciate about this person. And you will change the way you look at the person, and your relationship with this person will improve. And you will attract this person back into your life. Disease cannot live in a body with healthy emotional state. I'll repeat this statement. I strongly believe in this. Disease cannot live in a body with a healthy emotional state. Fear kills you faster than any virus in the world. Your mind is powerful. Human race has seen many challenges. We are still here. And this is the best time to live in the history of times. We are so fortunate. We have so much of knowledge available. We have so much of intelligence available in the world to attract. So even taking the current situation into hand. This book was written a decade ago, but I'm still correlating it to the time. Though this book was written before 10 years, the secret has been in existence for thousands of years. So believe that it's going to be yours and it becomes yours. And the third thing is receive. Now, how do you receive it? Now, what will be your mood and mindset when you receive what you wished for? Let's say you wished for the car. I'm quoting the car. Let me think of another example. Okay, let's hope a house. Okay, let's say you wished for a house. You wish for a house to be yours, and you need to have clear thoughts about the house. Now, when you own the house, when you start living in the house, when you walk into the house, what will be your mindset? Now, the author says you have to start believing as though you have received it. Now, that is how you tune it. Now, those of you who happen to know about the television sets we had in our house before 20 years, you have an antenna in the terrace. Now, you have to change the antenna to program it towards the frequency. Only then your TV works and you can watch your program. Now, just like that, if your mind is not tuned towards receiving whatever you wished for, it will not reach you. Jim Carrey believed he's going to get the $10 million check in 1992 when he wrote himself the check. And in 3 years, a movie, Dumb and Dumber, got him the $10 million. There's a brilliant book by the name Chicken Soup for the Soul. There are a lot of editions in that. It's a beautiful book. I've read it as a boy, as a schoolboy. So this author came upon the law of attraction. He was no big man before he wrote the book. He just wanted a $1 million into his account. He gave himself a time frame of 30 days. And one fine day when he was having a shower, it just crossed his mind that he had written a lot of short stories. The Chicken Soup for Soul is a compilation of short stories. Now, he thought, why don't I go publish it? And he started looking for publishers and he found someone. And no, I'm sorry, before that, I think he happened to give a presentation to a college when someone happened to know about it. And he gave the presentation. He met an editor. The editor interviewed him. She was impressed with him. And the rest was history. Now he's a multi-millionaire. What you appreciates in your life. So if you are going to wish for a couch, a home theater, wish for it. Don't be negative about it. So start believing that it is already yours. And that's how you bring it back. Sorry, not bring it back, bring it into your life. Okay, next I'm going to jump to the slide. I would like to share something called a vision board. Now there are 3 tools I spoke about. Ask, believe, receive. Okay, so the next is, I think I spoke about all this. Yeah, so when you ask for, as the slide explains clearly, when you ask for rich, you don't say, I don't want to be poor. You want money. Don't be ashamed to ask for money. We're very conservative. We think I can't ask for great money. I can't afford it. There is nothing like you can't afford anything. And again, health. You don't wish for, I don't want to be sick. I don't want to get a throat pain. You wish for health. You wish for staying fit. And you believe in yourself and you receive it all. Okay. Now this is called vision board. Now what is a vision board? Vision board is a very interesting thing. Vision board is a board which we can make in our own workspace or home, wherever you live. And in this board, you can put up whatever you wish to attract into your life. Okay, this is a vision board. I hope everybody would be able to see it. Now, this is a vision board of a person who has written, what you think you become, what you feel you attract, what you imagine you create. And there's a picture of a car, and there's a picture of a house, there's a picture of a beach vacation. So these are the things that person is attracting into the life. So every day, if you spend your morning 5 minutes looking at it, visualizing it, and imagining that it is yours. And you're not going to say, I want to have it. You are going to say, I am, I can feel it coming to me. I can feel it. I can feel living in that house. So you have to visualize, like how I just quoted about Arnold Schwarzenegger and Will Smith, what they did to their what it did to their career. So this is a sample vision board. This is another vision board. Now this is again, there's a picture of a camera, there's a picture of a KitchenAid, that's a bakery equipment. So I want to attract a machine, I put it up. So this is something we should consciously do for us to program our mind to what we need. This is a vision board. And to amplify this process and make you believe in getting this and being more successful with whatever you have already achieved, you could add another thing called a gratitude board. Now, a gratitude board is something which is not part of the session, but I would like to share that with you. There's another book by the name The Magic, which talks in detail about it. So if we are fortunate, we'll probably talk about it some other time. So what you do is you can just write 10 things every day you're grateful for in a book, in a note, before you hit the bed. Now reflect your mind to the 10 things that you're grateful. It could be your colleague who offered lunch to you when you went to work. It could be a peddler who gave vegetables to you, who gave you a little extra. It could be your pet who did something nice. It could be your child, it could be your spouse, or it could be anything, or it could be a delicious food your neighbor offered you. So be grateful, write it down. I'm thankful to the food my neighbor offered me. I'm thankful to the vendor who gave me extra 200 grams of vegetables when I went to buy. Now write it down. What you appreciate every day appreciates in your life. So this is another tool. So I'll just repeat the technique. So you ask, you believe, and you receive. And all of this, you do it first thing after you wake up in the morning. And a vision board helps you stay focused. I don't have a vision board, I do it in my mind. I'm planning to get a vision board done as well. So that is something that I would like to share. And a gratitude note. So I think with that, yes. Now, this is something I personally believe in. Your strongest muscle and the worst enemy is your mind. Whatever your mind says happens in life. So train it well. And how do you train it well? Follow these exercises. And your mind is trained well, it'll be the strongest muscle in your body than what a gym can give you. Right. And okay, for the 10 minutes. Okay, with that note, I would like to end the session. Yes, and I would like to thank all of you to have spent this time with me, sharing your valuable time. Time is very precious. I strongly believe in that. So I'm really thankful for you to have spent this time with me. And I would also like to thank my family, my friends, and my team, without whom I wouldn't be what I am today and I wouldn't be here. And also, I have a special thanks to Sabrish, my close friend, who was instrumental in this session. And more than that, he's the one who gifted me this book. So, had it not been for the gift, I wouldn't be talking about it today. And in fact, he helped me with the video, and he is the one who shot the video, which I posted on the social media. So, I'd like to thank him for that. And he also helped me in the presentation and the technical skills. I learned it from him. He's a smart boy. So thank you. With that, I would like to end my session. So uh, if there's anything, any clarifications, anybody, I'll be happy to answer your questions now. I'm just trying to get a figure of this chat box, so bear with me, not too fast with technology. Okay. Okay, yes, I'll take it from the top. I'll take it from the top, so that's all. Okay, can you repeat the 4 important things with slide? Okay, we want the slide, right? I'll do that. Okay, the first thing is you have to ask what you need in your life. You have to decide what you want. Okay, the first is ask. Next is believe. So believe that you are capable and you have the ability and you are confident of getting it. And believe like you are receiving it. Feel it in you. Visualize as though you have attained it. So those are the 3 things. And fourth thing is the vision board. So I guess that answers the question. A few people have said, okay, can you share the PPT with me? Okay, I can share it. That's fine. Thank you, Kavi Manoj, for the feedback. Jagadishwaran has asked for, I mean, few people have said thank you. I'm really grateful to you. I'm happy it benefited you. Thank you, sir, for, okay, sorry. Very useful. Sorry. Okay, someone has asked me how to control bad thoughts. Okay, now how to control bad thoughts. Now, what the book and the author says, when you are obsessed with a bad thought, there would definitely be a pleasant image, pleasant person. It could be a baby, it could be a song, it could be a friend. Try to bring that thought into your mind. So you look at, you have a baby, let's say you have a baby, so you focus your energy towards the baby at that given point of time, so that will divert your bad thought for the moment. And then as you start practicing bringing good thoughts into your mind every morning, you will see transformation and you start being grateful in the night. Trust me, in 30 days you're a changed person and Salem will be super good. I'm sorry, I believed everybody's from Salem, so if there are anybody from outside, kindly excuse me. There is a saying that man proposes, God disposes, and thoughts get power. These two are entirely different poles. How do you correlate? Kindly clarify. I understand the first part, thoughts get power. Okay. There is a saying, man proposes. I'm sorry, I've not come across this, but I can tell you, yes, your thoughts have power. God is a faith. So I think, like how we have faith in God, I think we need to have faith in ourselves that we can do it. So it's a matter of time we will be able to achieve anything. So don't fear that anybody is going to dispose you. Can you suggest some good books? So thank you for asking that question. Okay, I recommend. Am I live? People can see me. Yeah. Okay. If you're able to see me, this is the book called. Okay, I'm sorry. Wait. Okay. Now, a person has asked if you can read a book. Now, I recommend this book. I think all of you can buy this book, The Secret. I don't know if it's clear. The Secret. This is the book. And if you are into the habit of reading books, you can also buy a book by the name Think and Grow Rich. This was written in the year 1937 by Napoleon Hill. This is a mind blowing book. It will match today's time as well. And if you're not into reading books, forget it. You can log into Netflix. The Secret is a documentary movie. It's a 1.5 hours movie. Sit through it, watch it, you will get benefited. Okay, I'm just scrolling through the question, please. There's a person who's asking, there's a quote, if you think positive, you be in the correct path, and if you think negative, you will be in the safe path. Safe, I believe it's safe. Yes, you are right. I agree. So yes, if you think positive, you are on the safe path. Please fill in the link. Okay, that's okay. Galaxy A50 has actually given me a very valuable suggestion. Rather than saying that I have to end the session, you can say we will meet in the next session. I am really happy to hear that. Yes, I will correct myself. Sorry about using that word. So yes, we will meet in the next session. Thank you for correcting me. Thank you for sharing. Okay, great. Ashok Kumar has asked, hi Prasanna, thanks for sharing. If we just dream the vision board, who will do the how? Action to do. Now, this is what happens to most of us. We wonder whether it's possible. So you don't worry about the how. So when you pick up your mobile phone, your job is to WhatsApp, message, call, take a photo. Now, have you ever wondered how it works? We don't. Our job is to just enjoy the phone. Our job ends there. So how is something we should never worry about? It's as simple as this. A house lizard comes out when the light is on, gets back in when the light is off. It does not know how the light works. What is the technology involved? All it knows is when the light is on, I come out, I feed on the insects, and I get back in. So as simple as that. So let's forget the how. The chat. I'm sorry, I'm skipping all the thank you messages. I'm really grateful that I was able to add some value to your time. Thank you so much for appreciating my effort. We cannot expect anything in our life. For example, we expect that and this corona pandemic will emerge like that. How to handle unexpected things in our life, how to convert into positive. Excellent question. Subhash Lucky. I'm sorry if I got the name wrong. It's a brilliant question. So, why did this corona pandemic? We cannot expect anything in our life. For example, we didn't expect that this corona pandemic will emerge. Now, I hate to admit we, the people, did draw this into our life. Now, imagine, okay, I think I'll have to quote the story. We have time. Okay. Now, it's World War II, if I'm correct. If there are some people who know history, don't be hard on me. Once the English army marched into the German territory with heavy, what do you call that thing which rolls? Tanker. I'm sorry. Yeah, the tanker. So they went to attack the German territory. Now, what happened? Unfortunately, it started pouring heavily, and there was rains, and the tankers could not move. You know, tankers cannot move in a very wet soil. So they kept waiting, and as the time was going, they were giving time to Germany to regroup and attack the English army. So and every army has a priest who travels with the army. So the general called out the priest and said, "There's a problem. Give me a solution." The priest said, "Okay, let's all have a group prayer." And he did write a very beautiful prayer. And I don't recollect the number of people, but it was a large number of people. Now every soldier was given the prayer in his hand, and they read it together in synchronization. And in a matter of 6 to 18 hours, the rain stopped. Now I'm not telling you that God came and stopped the rain. Now your belief system is what brings good and bad into your life. Now, if everybody in the world is negative, everybody is selfish. Now, what do you expect? What you put into the cooking pan is what you get. You need to put fresh vegetables. Now, if our mind is not fresh, what do you do? So, what I recommend is stop focusing on corona. Today it could be corona, tomorrow it could be anything else for us. But the more we focus on corona, the bigger it goes. I have another story, but I don't want to take too much of your time. There's a story which me and my brother keep sharing. It's about Lord Krishna and Balram. So yeah, so basically let's focus on what matters. The second book's name is by Napoleon Hill. It's called Think and Grow Rich. Okay, Think and Grow Rich. I don't know if you can see this. Oh yeah, it's called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. That's the name. I hope I've answered all the question. Kamal, do you have anything to add here? I don't know if I've skipped any question. If I happen to skip, I would appreciate if you can type it at the bottom. I'll be happy to answer it. Kamal, I have unmuted you.
Yes, Prasanna, thank you. And it's indeed a great session for everyone, an eye-opener. And I thank everyone for participating in this webinar, and especially Prasanna for sharing his expertise and all those things that he learned from the book, of course. So the participants, please, in case you are in need of this recording of the session, please do fill the form, fill the link. We'll be emailing you the link, because these webinar videos are available in the Sona School of Management YouTube channel, and you can have this recording, right? Prasanna, thank you once again.
Thank you, Kamal.
Yes, we'll close.
Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Good night.